Ivan and Darina Podolyan, Promolod. One young couple are breathing new energy into community life in the Ukrainian city of Cherkasy. It is a rare foreigner who has ever heard of Cherkasy in central Ukraine, one of the country's 24 regional capitals. And if they ever have heard of the city, it's probably to do with the region's agricultural production. This may be about to change. One young Cherkassian couple, Ivan and Darina Podolyan, founders of the Promolod NGO, pro-youth or about youth, are making waves locally, nationally and even internationally. This energetic and dynamic duo are breathing new life into their city. Like many civic activists in Ukraine, it was the 2014 Revolution of Dignity that was the turning point for the pair. As Ivan Podolyan explains, at the time all he could think of was how he could be useful to his country and how he could best contribute to the development of a new Ukraine. I thought about joining the army, but I knew I would be a poor soldier, and I have huge respect for those who enlisted to fight as soldiers and volunteers. For me, the key question was, what would this new Ukraine offer those young men and women once they came back home from the war? He and his wife decided to focus their efforts and energy on improving their city by shaping social and community life to create more opportunities and incentives for everyone in this new Ukraine. We began by organising local events and meetings like speaking clubs, English classes and festivals, explains Podolyan. In 2014, we organised a local festival, Tvaya Kraina, Your Country, as part of a massive nationwide grassroots campaign to educate Ukrainians about the beauty and richness of their country, including Cherkasy as part of that initiative. Their next step was to create an incubator for civic projects that supported potentially local civic society projects. Started as a volunteer initiative, this flagship project became their core activity and the basis of Promolod, which was formally established as an NGO in April 2015. Each year we have one incubator for civic initiatives and two to four business incubator courses with about 30 to 35 participants who come to us with their project ideas. We offer them training on project cycle management, for example, as well as individual guidance and tutorships, he explains. What is great about these incubators is that they're a way of supporting the development of an active community life in our city. This is a claim backed up by numbers. Since 2014, more than 500 Cherkasy inhabitants have taken part in their incubator programs. Graduates of the programs keep in touch, and alumni frequently act as tutors for newer participants. They jointly discuss their problems, challenges, and the progress of their projects at weekly meetings, and they help each other with networking and communication efforts. All these projects are the result of teamwork by the whole community, says Podolyan, proudly pointing to a wall covered with photos of dozens of civic activists, all incubator graduates. Our graduates' projects come from almost every sector: sports, music, film, festivals, informal education, chemistry, first aid, crafts, public speaking, tourism, computer program. The list goes on and on. One of the successful projects launched by a Promolod graduate is the Cherkasy Festival of Academic Music, where composers and musicians perform contemporary compositions and classical instruments. Started as a modest local event with open-air performances, the Cherkasy composers have now been joined by colleagues from other Ukrainian cities like Kiev, and today the festival attracts composers from across the world, with their works performed by the local symphony orchestra in the city's Philharmonic Hall. Sustainability and the support of local communities are the two leading principles of Promolod and its projects. The Civic Project Incubator's twin project, the Business Incubator, builds on the success of the Civic Project, and one of the most important priorities for business projects is their sustainability. It is also closely linked with its older sibling. Graduates of the programme, who include local entrepreneurs and business people, become involved in the social life of their city and begin to feel a social responsibility for the local community. Many business incubator graduates go on to become donors and sponsors of civic projects developed under the umbrella of the Civic Projects Incubator. This means that the training and office facilities of Promolod are already fully supported and self-sustained thanks to local donor contributions. Podolyan refers to several business incubator graduates who've experienced noted success, referring to one small food producer. One woman had a small shop with craft cheese and other dairy products, and after participating in the programme, she increased her sales by 40%. She began to cooperate with local farmers who've become their regular suppliers. Thanks to an ED grant, Ivan and Irina Podolyan and the team are now working at Promolod as their full-time employment. It is no longer a volunteer activity. ED support gave us the time to develop and expand our community of business people and civic activists. Now that our business network supports a civic activist network, our community is becoming self-sustainable, Podolyan says. Both Ivan and Dasha Podolyan are now recognisable public figures in their hometown, and they have already attracted the interest of city authorities and various political parties and internationally. Asked whether they have an interest in a possible political career, Ivan would put it differently. We do not participate in elections or in the political struggle, nor do we have positions in local government. But our expertise, reputation and the media attention we get mean that we are able to influence decision-making in the city administration. When asked about their future plans, both Ivan and Irina are determined to stay in Cherkasy. Our strength and the main reason why our projects are successful is that we are local. We know our community, our partners and local needs. We would not have that anywhere else.